Now, I'm going to be talking about prevalence, and basically, I'm going to try and discuss how common the issue of mental health issues is around children. Now, mental health itself is not something that is new. It's not new among the children because children have always been suffering from mental health issues. It's just that we, the adults, had not been paying attention or have not been paying attention to the fact that children are suffering, Now, it is very obvious that it's quite confusing, as children, also go through normal development. And when they do go through normal development, they have to learn to regulate their emotions. We'll talk about that. At least 1 in 10 children is experiencing mental health issues. And in fact, that is being considered as an epidemic. For any teacher who is working with these children, or anyone working in a school environment with these children between the age of 5 and 10, would know that every class, that would be 3 children out of the 30 children in a classroom experiencing mental health issues. And that is something that it cannot be overlooked, okay? Because statistics clearly show that 8% of 5 to 10-year-olds are experiencing mental health issues. That is quite a big number and should not be overlooked by teachers. If you have these children and they are struggling in class, then definitely it will have an impact on their learning, and that will also have an impact on overall performance and outcome. It even gets worse. The older they grow, the worse it gets. Research shows that among the 11 to 15-year-olds, at least 12% of that population is experiencing mental health issues. That is quite a big number and cannot be overlooked. But we have to remember that this is early to middle adolescence. These children are experiencing changes in almost all areas of their lives as they're growing. It's quite a lot of risk that they take in order to grow normally, but it also comes with the fact that their mental health is at risk. So it doesn't get better, it really gets worse. Now, for some children, it's even worse because they experience issues at home. And once they are exposed to these family issues, it affects their mental health. And statistics show that 45% of children being looked after by social services or by, whatever it is that service that is available to look after them, to find that these children, 45% of them are at risk of experiencing mental health issues. So if you have them in your classroom, you have, say, for instance, a number of children who are looked after, it's very important that you pay attention to them, because at least half of them will be experiencing mental health issues. And, based on their experiences, it's somehow understandable. But, often, because of so much work that we have to do and expectations, that's something that we overlook. Now, in addition, some children have to live in gang lifestyles where, unfortunately, they've been born in this lifestyle where parents or siblings are in gangs. Statistics show that 40% of that population experiences mental health issues. So we have to remember that as well. And that is understandable because they're exposed to so much. There's so much going on around them, but they're just so young to be able to process all this information. So at least we have to know that. Worse even, as these children grow, if they do not get the help they need, they end up suffering from mental health issues. Research shows that at least 75% of adults who have mental health issues started experiencing emotional distress or mental health difficulties before the age of 18. And that is quite a high number. But as a therapist, I have seen this in the therapy room, and I'm always, making sure that I get to understand someone's background, because, we are born an empty slate, and whatever it is, we just suck on it from the environment. And if we grow up with mental health issues, not treated, we have no coping mechanisms that we have developed, then definitely as we grow older and face more challenges, life becomes more complex, then we are going to end up in this situation where, we just end up being, chronically mental health patients.